Hello and welcome. This is Lisa Jarrett, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a Pinterest image that is pinnable in your blog post, but it's hidden so that nobody can see it. You already know that the best pins on Pinterest, they're the ones that are vertical pins, they're long, they make your images stand out, and they're wonderful for Pinterest. Personally, I don't care to have those in my blog posts because they don't really fit with what I'm doing and they take up an awful lot of space. So I'm going to show you how to hide them in your blog post, make them pinnable when somebody pins, and also have an autofill description area once that is pinned to Pinterest. So the first step, of course, is that you're going to create some awesome images for Pinterest. I use two different online graphic editors. The first one is PicMonkey, and I also use Canva because I'm very challenged when it comes to creating graphics. And they have some awesome photo editing, graphic design tools, and amazing templates. And those links are in the description below. Let's get to it. So the first thing that you want to do to create your hidden pinnable image is create your image and then go to your blog post. You're going to insert that image. What I like to do is I like to scroll down to the very bottom of my blog post so I know exactly where the image is going to be and I don't have to look for it later. We're going to be going into the code, but don't worry, it's going to be extremely simple for you. Going down to the bottom of the blog post is going to help you to find that code much easier. So I'm going to go to the end of the blog post and just hit enter to create a space. Go to add media. You'll probably be uploading your file. I've already uploaded my file, so I'm going to select it here, but it's the same thing whether you're uploading or selecting an existing file. Next, before you actually insert this image into your blog post, you want to fill out the title. You can make it the same title as the blog post. That would be helpful. The next thing you want to make sure you do is fill in the alt text. The alt text is going to auto-populate the Pinterest description. So you want to work on that a little bit. Make sure that it's going to be really great for people to find this on Pinterest. Scroll down a little bit more and under attachment display settings, make sure that the size is the full size. I use 735 by 1102 for my Pinterest images, and I do use those automatic sizes in both PicMonkey and Canva. Those links are in the description for you. Once you're happy with your title, your alt text, and you've got the full size, click on Insert into Post. And now you can see it inserted this giant image into my post, which I absolutely do not want. So the next step is click on the Text tab. And you're going to see all of this HTML code, but we put this at the very bottom, so it's going to be super duper easy to find. Now you see here it says image class equals, and there's all this information. That's actually the code for this image. And I'm just going to put my insertion cursor in front of it and hit return a couple of times just so that we can see it more easily. What I like to do, and I recommend that you do, if there's little pieces of code that you use on a regular basis, just throw them into a little notepad, a little text file. And you can see here I've got my hidden code right here, so I don't have to type it. And you're going to insert this little piece of code right before the image code. And it starts with div style equals display none. And there's some little funny characters in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy it, put my insertion cursor right before the image code, and paste that in there. And the next thing you're going to do is go to the very end of the code, go back to your file where you're keeping all these handy dandy pieces of code, and I'm just going to grab that \div code. Put the insertion cursor at the very end and paste that in there. Now I'm going to switch back to the visual tab and let's see if that image disappeared, and yes it did. And I'll show you exactly what happens now even though you cannot see the image. If we go to the blog post, again I'll show you that that image is not appearing in this blog post. Click on Share to Pinterest and you can see here's the image. And you can also see that the text that I created in the alt text field of the image is here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. This is Lisa Jared. I hope that you got some value from this tutorial about creating a hidden pinnable image in your blog post. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I sure appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.